before the great flood, before Noah built the ark, before the world was wiped clean, there was a man who never died. His name was Enoch. Enoch appears briefly in the Bible, hidden within a genealogy in the book of Genesis. He was the 7th generation from Adam, living in a time when humanity was still young, and the spiritual world was dangerously close to the physical one. The Bible says something unusual about him. It does not say Enoch died. It says, Enoch walked with God, then he was no more, because God took him. No explanation, no cause of death, no grave. Just gone. For centuries, readers wondered, what happened to Enoch? Ancient texts claim the answer is far more unsettling than anyone expected. According to a mysterious ancient book known as the Book of Enoch, Enoch was not just a righteous man. He was chosen to witness secrets of heaven, chosen to confront fallen angels, and chosen to cross the boundary between earth and the divine realm. In Enoch's time, the world was already unraveling. The Book of Enoch describes powerful celestial beings called the Watchers, angels assigned to observe humanity and guide creation. But these angels rebelled. They descended to earth, driven by desire and pride, and broke divine law. They took human women as wives, and worse, they taught humanity forbidden knowledge of weapons and warfare, knowledge of sorcery and enchantments, knowledge of astrology, cosmic cycles and hidden powers. Humanity advanced rapidly, but at a terrible cost. From the union of angels and humans came beings known as the Nephilim, giants, massive, violent, uncontrollable. They devoured the earth's resources, turned against humanity, and spilled blood across the land. The world became corrupt. According to Enoch, even the earth itself cried out for justice. God's judgment was approaching, but before it arrived, something unexpected happened. God chose Enoch. Enoch was taken from earth, not in death, but alive. Angels escorted him into the heavens. What he saw there would permanently change him. Enoch traveled through multiple layers of heaven, each more overwhelming than the last. He saw places where souls awaited judgment, places of punishment prepared for rebellious beings, and places of light reserved for the righteous. He witnessed the machinery of the cosmos itself, the movement of stars, the gates of the winds, and the laws that govern time. Enoch was no longer just a man. He became a witness and a scribe. God appointed Enoch to record everything he saw for humanity, but his role was about to become even more dangerous. The fallen angels, the Watchers, knew their punishment was coming. Bound by fear, they approached Enoch, not as rebels, but as desperate prisoners. They begged him to speak to God on their behalf, to ask for forgiveness, to plead for mercy. Enoch delivered their message. He stood before the divine presence and spoke for the fallen. But the answer was final. There would be no forgiveness. The watchers were condemned for eternity. They would be bound beneath the earth, imprisoned until the final judgment. Enoch was ordered to return and deliver the verdict. When Enoch told the watchers their fate, despair overtook them. They knew the end was near, and so was the end of the world as humanity knew it. God then showed Enoch the future. A flood was coming, not as punishment for humanity alone, but as a cleansing of a world corrupted by angelic rebellion. The giants would be destroyed. Their bodies would perish in the waters, but their spirits would not. According to the book of Enoch, the spirits of the Nephilim, born of angels and humans, had no place in heaven or earth. They became wandering, disembodied entities, what later generations would call demons. After recording these revelations, Enoch expected to return to earth. But that never happened. Instead, something unprecedented occurred. Enoch was transformed. Later, Jewish mystical tradition teaches that Enoch was elevated beyond humanity, changed into a powerful heavenly being known as Metatron, a celestial scribe, a guardian of divine knowledge, a human who crossed into the ranks of angels. If true, Enoch would be the only human in history to ascend without dying and retain consciousness of his former life. Neither fully human nor fully angel. Enoch's story doesn't end with ancient texts. The New Testament book of Jude directly quotes him, confirming that early Christians were aware of his writings. Yet over time, the book of Enoch was removed from most biblical canons, declared non-canonical, hidden from mainstream theology. Why? Was it because it contradicted later doctrine, or because it described a reality too dangerous to preserve? A world where angels rebel, humans are altered, and knowledge itself becomes a weapon. Enoch's story challenges everything we assume about heaven, earth, and humanities.